Today's topic is factorization, and some basic concept is that when you have 3x, it means 3 times x. When you have 3 times 5x, it can be equal to 15x. When you have 7x times 2 is same as 14x. And when you have 5x times 10x is same as 5 times 10 times x, which is 50x squared. Here we have some examples to factorize. First thing to do here is to look what is common between the two, and we can notice that 6 is equals to 2 times 3. Therefore you can write as 2x plus 2 times 3. What is common is 2. 2 is common. Removing the 2, we have 2 into x plus 3. Solution. In the next one, we have 9y minus 12. What is common is 3, because 9 is 3 times 3 times y minus 4 times 3. Common is 3, which is 3 into 3y minus 4. Here we have x squared plus 7x, which is x times x plus 7 times x. What is common is x and x, which is x into x plus 7. On this side we have 5 times 4 times x minus 5x. What is common is 5x, which is 5x into 4x minus 1. Here we group like terms, which is 2x squared plus 3x plus y squared minus y. And what is common here is x into 2x plus 3 plus the common factor on this side is y into y minus 1. That is a factorized form. And here we can see that here is same as 6 times a times b. On this side we have a times b. What is common is a. B and b are common, which is same as ab into 6 minus the a left, a, and b is left, and 6 is left. Here we can see quadratic equations. Notice that here can be x squared minus 7 squared. We are seeing difference of two squares, and difference of two squares states that a squared minus b squared is same as a minus b and a plus b. Therefore x squared minus 7 squared is same as x minus 7 and x plus 7. That is a factorized form. Here we can't do the difference of two squares because 75 is not a perfect square. Therefore 3x squared is same as 3 times x minus 3 times 25. And you can see that 3 is common, making 3 into x squared minus 25, and 25 is same as 5 squared minus x squared. Applying the formula of difference of two squares, we have 3 into x minus 5, and x plus 5. That's a factorized form. Here is trinomial type 1 with the coefficient of a equals to 1 in quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c where a is equals to 1. Here we look for two numbers. When multiply gives minus 15, and when add gives minus 2. 15 divided by 1 gives minus 16. 15 divided by, cannot divide 2, can divide 3, gives minus 5. 15 divided by 5 gives minus 3. 15 can divide by itself because cannot divide 4 since it's an odd number, gives minus 1. Now we are going to look a list of numbers. When multiply gives minus 15, when add gives minus 2. We see that this function resembles, but we need minus 5 and positive 3, because 15 minus 15 divided by minus 5 gives positive 3. Therefore, we can group it as x minus 5 and x plus 3. That is the factorized form. Here is another example of trinomial type 1, where two numbers, when we multiply, gives minus 28, when add gives 3. Minus 28 divided by 1, minus 28, divided by 2, minus 14, divided by 4, minus 7, divided by 7 gives minus 4. But we see that these two already can give a product of minus 28. Their sum will give 3. Therefore, you can continue as x plus 7 and x minus 4. This is another example of trinomial type 2, where a is different from 1. In this case, a is equals to 2. We look for two numbers. When multiply gives us 2 times minus 3 equals to minus 6. Give us their product. And when add those same two numbers, give us minus 5. We have minus 6 divided by 1 gives us minus 6, minus 1, 2 gives us minus 3, 3 gives us minus 2, and 6 itself gives us minus 1. We need to look for the product of two numbers that will give us minus 6 and their sum gives us minus 1. You can see that this one is an example that their sum give us minus 5 and their product give us minus 6. Therefore, we have 2x squared plus x minus 6x minus 3. Here you see that these two numbers can give us minus 5. Now we group like terms, which is 2x squared plus x minus outside 6x minus 3 plus 3. The common factor here is x into 2x plus 1 minus common factor here is 2 is 3 into 2x plus 1. Now you group this value with this value, x minus 3. Since this one and this one are identical, you take one of them, 2x plus 1. That is a factorized form. Here is a polynomial where x have a degree 3 it can be 4 and above. Here we solve it by trial by error method by giving arbitrary values for x. For example, 1, 2, 3 and so on, or -1, -2 and so on, up to obtain f of x equals to 0. If any value of x gives 0, therefore that value is a factor. Therefore f of 1 will give 1 cubed plus 6 into 1 squared plus 11 into 1 plus 6. This value is different from 0. Therefore this function does not gives f of -1 equals to -1 cubed plus 6 into -1 squared plus 11 into -1 plus 6 equals to 0. Therefore x equals to -1 is a root, implying that x plus 1 is a factor. If x plus 1 is a factor, therefore we can proceed by long division to find the other factors. X cubed plus 6x squared plus 11x plus 6 x plus 1. X cubed divided by x gives x squared. X squared times x gives x cubed. X squared times 1 gives plus x squared. Subtract 0. 6x squared minus x squared gives 5x squared. You bring down positive 11x. 5x squared divided by x gives positive 5x. 5x times x gives 5x squared plus 5x times 1, 5x. Here you subtract 0. 11 minus 5 give positive 6x. You bring down the 6. 6x divided by x plus 6. 6 times x, 6x plus 6. Subtract 0, 0. Since you have 0, therefore it was a factor with no problem. You have no remainder. Therefore f of x can be equals to x plus 1 into x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now we need to factorize this by looking for two numbers when multiply gives 6 and when add gives 5. Multiply gives 6 and add gives 5. We see it is 3 and 2. Therefore we have here x plus 1, x plus 3, x plus 2. That is the factorized form of f of x. Here we have other example where you can take arbitrary values for x to be 1, 2, 3, or -1, -2 up to we find a factor. F of 1 give us 2 into 1 plus 4 into 1 minus 2 into 1 minus 4. This function gives 0. Therefore x minus 1 is a factor because we use x equals to 1. Bringing the 1 back gives us x minus 1 equals 0. To find the other factor, we proceed by long division. You can feel free by pausing the video and try to solve on your own. X 2x squared cube plus 4x squared minus 2x minus 4 divided by x minus 1. 2x cubed divided by x gives 2 x squared. 2x squared gives 2x cubed minus 2x squared. Here you subtract 6x squared. 6x squared divided by x give positive 6x. 6x times x, 6x squared minus 2x comes down, 6x minus 6x. Here you subtract, here gives 0, minus 2, minus give positive 4x, minus 4 comes down, 4x divided by x give positive 4, 4 times x, 4x minus 4 times 1, minus 1 is minus 4, 0, 0. Therefore, f of x is equals to x minus 1 and 2x squared plus 6x plus 4. Here we need to factorize this other bracket by looking for two numbers when multiply gives 8, 2 times 4, when add gives 6. We can see directly that those values are 2 and 4. Therefore, we have 2x squared plus 4x plus 2x plus 4. We group common terms, which is 2x squared plus 4x plus 2x plus 4. The only thing common in this bracket is 2x into x plus 2, and this side plus 2 is common in this side, 2x plus 2. Since this bracket and this are common or the same, we take one of it, x plus 2, and multiply by 2x plus 2, 2x plus 2. Therefore, f of x is having x minus 1, x plus 2, and 2x plus 2. It's having 3 factors because of x to the power 3. Here we have x cubed minus 1, and it's very easy to solve this because if you replace x by 1, you have 1 cubed minus 1 giving you 0. Therefore, f of 1 is 0, meaning that x minus 1 equals to 0. Therefore, x equals to 1. X minus 1 is a factor. Proceed by long division, having x minus 1 giving x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 1. X cubed divided by x give x squared. S squared times x, s cubed, s squared minus times minus 1 minus x squared. Subtract gives x squared. S squared divided by x give positive x, x times x, x squared, x times minus 1 minus x. You subtract, you have 0 plus x. Here 0 plus x. Here you bring minus 1. X divided by x is 1. 1 times x, x minus 1. Subtract gives 0, 0. Therefore, f of x is equal to x minus 1, x squared plus x plus 1. Here we cannot factorize because two numbers when multiplied gives 1, and those same two numbers when add gives 1. I don't think those numbers exist.